Alright, hey, what's going on? It's Ben here playing a Shadow Mech Abyssian.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now.
I do hope I can grab something. Apart from just the wings of Mech, so I get rid of this large removal, not really necessary. Ah, 2 wings, that's good. Although I'm giving the Crystal Cloaker a free kill technically, as long as he doesn't get a mana spring, then I'm okay with it. Yeah, because then he will only be able to develop something of 3 mana, which is pretty darn good in my opinion. Excuse me. Alright, so he's grabbing the free kill. Whoa! He's going. Oh yeah, this is an aggro deck. What was I thinking about? Grabbing free kills. Oh my gosh, that is gross. That's a That's a serious amount of damage. I definitely need that Dark Transformation. I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, that's why I'm running the Primus Fist to get rid of these jokers. It seems like he's in pretty good control as well. Not really a lot that I can do here. Guess the most I can do is just drop the Provoke Shieldmaster and hope that things go my way. That was a serious amount of damage, and that Vesp Frostfire. I think that's the first time I've seen that inclusion. I guess that was a mistake. I totally forgot the Warbird. Oh, I keep on forgetting about the Warbird. Yeah, that means he can sack his General and his Primus Fist into the the Provoke Shieldmaster, then this guy can go for another 7. I might have just lost just because of that. I do have a lot of healing, which is, I guess that's some comfort. Taking 7 is just, that's never good. It looks like he has a little more. Frostfire again. Yeah, that's pretty sick. In fact, I think I just lose because I don't have a way to deal with it. Yeah, well, I don't just lose, but I could definitely play cards that would improve my chances of surviving, but I'm not too optimistic about it. Yeah, I survived the turn, but it's kind of pointless. I'd be really surprised if I can win. I definitely need a Mech Sword somehow, but I don't. I've only drawn 1 Mech card. Yeah, he hits damage. Stuff. It's tough. Wow, that was crazy. The Crystal Cloak did so much damage. 2 Frostfires. Well, I was running into a little bit of hard times, but this looks like a pretty good opening hand. Obviously, I want to utilize the Wings of Mech in the best way possible by limiting his options with the mana springs. Vorpal Reaver or Spelljammer. With a mech heavy hand, you typically want to keep the card draw since you want to draw into your Mech Sword. If I didn't have so many mechs, I might have kept the Vorpal Reapers instead. Make sure you play the Primus Fist first, and then make sure to block off one of the mana springs. It's really good to have a mana spring available for yourself. Wings of Mech Sword is an interesting card just because it has a tactical, that's pretty much a tactical function by being here to block off your opponent's access to mana springs, but it's also, wow, that's crazy. I mean, you get a lot out of it, and it's technically good, okay on stats, but that's not really the reason why you play it. Alright, so let's go for everything. So I got all the mana springs, so this guy's falling really far behind on tempo, and if he's unable to get rid of my Spelljammer, then I'm just going to keep on drawing cards and cards and cards into the cards that I need. He's getting a lot of value out of the Kinetic Surge, I'm not going to lie, that's a pretty big deal, but yeah, that's also a pretty big deal, but at this point, you fell pretty far behind already. Shadow Nova might be a little bit more relevant in the future. Imperial Shroud could be useful around big provokes, but I think I'm going to get rid of it because I just want to draw when I need it. So holding on to the Shadow Nova to deal some extra damage in the future. Alright, let's put the Provoke Shield Master here, and I definitely want to protect the Sword of Mech Sword from any Dancing Blades, so I'll position it behind my General so it's guaranteed not to get value off of the Dancing Blades, which hopefully is in his hand. If it's not, then nah. Oh, Repulsor Beast, be my guest. Provoke Shield Master, that's insane. I can get rid of it though, and I can almost play a Mexor. I might want to use a Shadow Nova next turn, so I might just want to dump my hand here. I don't really want to dump my hand either. I mean, that seems like the best play, just to dump my hand. Just get rid of this Provoke Shield Master, and anything off the top is pretty useful. Little Horns of Mexor, and a little party over here. What's there not to like? That's a pretty good setup because this Sword of Mexor is procced to get some value out of the Frenzy if he's not too careful about it. Yeah, this is definitely a critical turn playing down the Shadow Nova. It will deal 5 damage to everything on the board, and playing his Cryogenesis, exchanging it for some more Vespers, but he's definitely losing a lot of tempo here. He does have a possibility of a Chromatic Cold, which is a problem. And if he's running the Grove Keeper's land, that means if I play a Mexor near him, he can use a Grove Keeper to get rid of it instantly as well. But he's using the Cryogenesis on that, so maybe the Mexor has a chance. He's not developing any minions too, which is kind of a problem when I have this Shadow Nova. Alright, let's get rid of Saber Spine Tiger. Hopefully I can grab something big and proactive. Speaking of proactive, that is a crazy proactive card. I think I'm just going to exchange my Visual Scar for my sword, my Flying Wings and Mexor. You know, might as well, and you know, get a Shell Curtail, so that'll increase the damage by 1, I guess. I didn't know that a Visual Scar worked on your own minions. It's actually a kind of a coincidence that. Aw, man, that aspect of the fox is too good, dude. Wow, this guy's have the removal for everything. This is serious control, dude. Okay, leave it to die, dude. I have no qualms about that. Actually, I'm getting quite close to killing him. This guy's going to die at the end of the turn, so I might as well just deal some damage to him, I guess. I feel like I should just keep him just far enough for the Hollow Grove Keeper to not matter. I feel like playing around the Hollow Grove Keeper, and I also feel like I shouldn't play around it. It's not easy to do that though. I guess I'm going like 50-50 by putting him here. So he's going to have a silence pretty much, or 2 cards to play with a Hollow Grove Keeper if he wants to get rid of the Mech Duel. But this is really tough. I'm threatening lethal damage. Even with a Hollow Grove Keeper, I don't think it will do too much to save him, because I can just deal damage out of hand. Well, not directly out of hand, but it's enough. Yeah. Wow, that's a huge Crystal Cloaker. That's a huge Imperial Shroud. What's the point of that? I mean, if he just dies this turn, what's the point in buffing these guys up? Why didn't you play him out earlier? Obviously, he got like 2 or 3 buffs on them. I understand that you get some sort of like return on it, but it doesn't really make much sense. Why would you hold on to those guys, right? That was way too greedy. Alright, so against another Castlevania, it's probably a slower deck, so I don't need to run the Provoke Shield Master here. Hopefully I grab a Mech. Nah, I'll definitely be getting rid of that Shadow Nova next turn. Dropping this 2-drop is okay. I do have a follow-up with a 4-drop or a 2 and a 3, which is pretty much what I was looking for. But I'll definitely get rid of that Shadow Nova. I think my win condition here is probably a big Mech Sword turn. Although I only have one mech in my hand, so it's probably not going to happen. The visual crawler, that's a little bit strange. Oh, going for a dynamic lure to get rid of it. That is very nice because if I don't have 2/2 drops, then I'm pretty much done for. And he uses it to get rid of a mana spring, so man, he's tough. I might just drop a mech sword then. Sword and mech sword at least. Let's get rid of that Shadow Nova. Don't really want it until turn 7. Primus Fist, I probably want to save it for next turn because then I will be able to use 5 mana worth of mana. And let's play out the Sword and Mech Sword. He shouldn't be able to kill it easily. He's going to need to get some damage out of hand. Maybe Dynamic Lure again. Oh, Spectral Blade, that's fine. But he's going, at this point he can get rid of the Abyssian Juggernaut, which is kind of tough. And I do need to set up for a Vorpal Reaver next turn. At this point I want to get rid of the Primus Fist. I kind of want to play in a way that prevents him from killing the Abyssian Juggernaut, but there isn't really an easy way to do that. So maybe the solution is actually to drop 2/2 drops. Yeah, if I can't get rid of the Bloodborne spell, there's no point in giving him 2 targets to kill. So I mean, giving him 1 big target kill, that's such an easy kill as well. So I think I'm just going to go for this play. I'm just going to drop the 2/2 drops, and then hopefully I can get something good going on with the Vorpal Reaver. The Vorpal Reaver is good enough to win the game on its own, and I have 2 of them now, so I'm pretty much clinched the ideal endgame situation. And this sets up perfectly for my next turn. There's almost a guarantee that I can grab one of the mana springs to drop the Vorpal Reaver. It's kind of tough to think of a situation where I don't grab them, but let's just not think of them. Alright, he still shouldn't really have a 2-drop to play since he hasn't been playing 2 drops pretty much the entire game. Another Spectral Blade. Whoa, I have a surprise for you. Vorpal Reaver will die to Spectral Blade, but it's going to be kind of tough for you. Let's get rid of that Abyssian Juggernaut. I'm probably going to play the Vorpal Reaver anyway, but I'm going to play out here. Yeah. Probably want to deal with that mana spring as well. I don't want him to set up for the Shadow Nova next turn. So if I can, I will use a Vorpal Reaver to get the mana spring. No, silence. Whoa, surprise. Oh, that's tough. Looks like he is definitely going to get the mana spring here. Yeah, his answers were really good. Not really much I can do about it. Unfortunately, I've only played 1 mech, so these guys aren't really that useful. I do have some sense of a late game, so I should probably play with it. And I do want to split his Shadow Nova, so I have 2 pretty good follow-up with Shadow Novas, so I think I'm going to play with the Shadow Novas here. I do want to play a Shadow Nova, but it doesn't make much sense, so I'm just going to drop the Vorpal Reaver. If he spends this entire turn using Shadow Nova, that's no problem. I can actually get rid of most of his... I can exchange 3 of his Shadow creeps into my creeps. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good shift in my direction. And I already have a board, technically. Although these guys are going to have to spend a few turns to get into the game. He only has 2 cards, which is pretty good news. And I have the heaviest cards in the game. Woo! Yeah, that doesn't really work, but I could get rid of his Bloodborne spell. Not really doing much for me yet. Should I just override his Shadow Creep? Just put it over there? Nah, I do want to deal damage. Unfortunately, I didn't really have an opportunity to develop anything to use my Bloodborne spell on. Very uninteractive, buddy. I'll just move these guys so I can limit his motion. Now these guys do they not override his Bloodborne spells? I mean, it looks like they're hanging around. I probably want to hold on to the Healing Mystic. Cannon Mech Sword, probably not necessary. I want to grab the third Shadow Nova or some more direct damage. Oh, that's interesting that the Shadow Creeps are pretty much work for both sides now. I definitely was not expecting that. Wow, that's so close to lethal. Wait a minute, I do have lethal, right? This will be 8 damage. Yeah, that's definitely not lethal. So very close though, so very close. Let's get rid of the Mech Swings and Mech Sword. I knew I should have put in a Void Pulse. No, just kidding. Well, yeah, these Shadow Creeps are quite interesting. But these guys will actually deal 10 to me. But I think that's alright, as long as I can take out this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he can't come down to this spot either, because he'll die, technically. Oh, that's very close. I like how these Bloodborne spells overlap each other. I thought they just replace each other, but I guess that's not really the case. Yeah, I have a lot of Tigers, dude. Not really in a position to do anything about it. Whoa, that is pretty shocking guy to see. I think I might just use a Saber Spine Tiger to get rid of that guy. That's actually a pretty good turn. I can get a free kill, and I can block off a Mana Spring. That's a pretty fantastic combination. Yeah, having these 1-drops is actually pretty nice, even... Like, when you can put 1-drop to fill out your mana curve is just excellent, especially with a card like the Helm of Mechzor. You're pretty much putting development into your mechs, and you're doing just a good service by clearing off the board. Now this pretty much guarantees my next turn of a Spelljammer and a Wings of Mechzor combo. Alright, so he's going to take out the Helm of Mechzor, right? No, he did not, so mistakes were made. But it's not an obvious mistake. And in fact, I don't really get to block off a Mana Spring, but I guess this is the best I can do. I don't really know what to deal with a Windrunner here. I guess his grand scheme of his plan is that he's just going to have the buffest minions available. So, I mean, good luck with that, because Kinetic Surge is really great as its own right. You don't really need to get a Windrunner to help buff up your guys. But that's my opinion. Yeah, Provoke Shieldmaster would be pretty deadly here. Also, Journer. Snow Chaser, huh? I think it's time for me to leave the area. I could even use this guy. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I leave the infiltrated zone and just make sure that I'm okay to go. I only have one Mechzor build. I'm starting to feel like this Mechzor business is not that great, but it's fine, it's fine. I'll just drop with Primus Shieldmaster since it's kind of a better distribution of stats and I probably won't die to the board. I'm going to hold on to this because Vorpal Reaper is awesome. Might want my own Spelljammer to die next turn just because I'm getting pretty full in the hand. Oh, Shadow Nova. It's kind of great that you have different combination of cards in this deck that are win conditions on their own right. So the Mechzor, yeah, that's a win condition. What, does the Shadow Creep go away? No, it doesn't, so that's excellent. Now, if he keeps on playing the Snow Chaser, I'm going to be able to get a lot of good stuff going on. I guess I should start clearing off the board here. I do want my Vorpal Reaver to get some good value. So this is definitely just going to die to the creep. I can get rid of Sojourner. He's already maxed out on his cards, so let's hope the Vorpal Reaver does its business here. And just ends the game. The Vorpal Reaver is just insane. Even Chromatic Hold is not doing that much to help out. Wow, this guy runs an insane amount of card draw. That's definitely, I would say it's a little bit greedy. These Snow Chasers are the perfect factory for me to get my visual scars. Your Snow Chasers are infinite, well my visual scars are also infinite. He's going to have to couple that with a chromatic... What? I don't know what I'm saying. No, there's nothing chromatic about it. But he's going to need to couple that with some sort of removal, because 6-4 body is still pretty hard to deal with. That's a... You pretty much spent 2 mana to get rid of 2 mana. So the upside for Vorpal Reaper is insane. It's a 6/4 4-mana creature now. Now that's not really that impressive, but still it's pretty insane. Oh, look at this! This is perfect. The Visual Scar gets rid of that nicely. Although I won't be able to develop my Vorpal Reaver in a way that I want to. This is crazy. Yeah, this Bloodmark spell is really good against Dying Wish minions. And unfortunately there isn't really a lot of Dying Wish minions that are around to let me be amazed by this powerful effect. But I do enjoy it for sure. If I can draw into another Mech, then I have Mexor or I have Shadow Nova that's going to deal 6 damage here. I'm not going to worry about him aggroing me down. I'm just going to hold on to these cards. There are several things that can help me out. 2 Mechs, that is good. So next turn I could decide whether I want to play the Shadow Nova or develop 2 minions and the Mexor, which is a pretty sweet deal. I mean, yeah, the 1 space is going to help him out. I don't know why he's wanting Mesmerize. That's a little bit unusual. I like Mesmerize because it goes well with... Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, well, I'll be able to get rid of this guy pretty easily. Don't really want that to stick around too long. I'm going to still hold on to these 2 guys. Let's just get rid of the Voice of the Wind. Whoa! Shout Creep Tiles is insane. Or insane. They're pretty insane, yeah. I'll just get rid of the Snow Chaser because who knows. I don't really want him to have an easy time with that. I'll still keep these 2 guys just to get the Mexor when I can. Oh, 6 damage. And he needs to get off these tiles, otherwise he's in trouble. He's going to need to provoke Shield Masters. But yeah, tough man. Alright, hey, welcome to the end of the video, and if you want to see some more Duelyst action, be sure to drop a Provoke Shield Master over here on the right. And if you want to just subscribe to my channel, be sure to use your obelisk on the left. Deals damage to both guys. See ya!